I was just thinking up a story of how to explain how people that have no sense of it was started out trying to explain which path to take, like saying you got a decision to make and you make a decision, whatever kind of decision it is. I know there's some you can't back out of. I don't know if that's maybe there is. Maybe you can back out of every decision you make if there's a better way to do it. And I was thinking, okay, so the survival situation, to pick a path and then stick with it, have determination. And nobody, if some people that are determined, they don't want to change. They think, I've already planned this, I don't want to change. And so I was thinking, that's kind of like, and then there's people that all they want to do is change. And there's people that, believe in religion, and I guess it's just belief system. Not necessarily has to, believe, not doesn't necessarily have to do with, it might be a word used most referenced in religion, but it doesn't necessarily, I don't know if it's necessarily founded by religion. But anyway, say you're in a survival situation. There's like a group of you, maybe 3 or 4, and you're all stranded out in I don't know, some barren area, maybe some mountains, and it's winter or whatever it is, or you're in the desert and there's lack of water. Whatever it is, you're in a survival situation. You're on minimum, and you all decide to take off walking, and then you decide on a direction. But there's always people, either whether they're thinking it or saying it, to say, well, I wonder if we should have went another way. Because say you're walking, you walk 10 miles and there's like, you don't know where you're, whatever it is, you don't know where you're at, and you've estimated maybe 10 miles. And you haven't seen anything even looking like a city or a town or anything. Okay, so you continue walking, and then to like exactly perpendicular to the direction you're walking, you see off in a distance, you see a steeple, like a church steeple. Now you don't have binos or anything, it's off in the distance. You've all just claimed that you all see the same thing. It's like a church or something. Now, some of you in the group say, I think we should continue walking on this way because church only happens on Sundays, and there's a lot of, this looks like a remote area, it might be abandoned, so we could walk clear over there to that church and it could be abandoned. Okay, now that's where I'm just going to leave this little scenario off. To where, should you keep on walking, or should you go to where, I'm not saying this is for religion, I'm just saying this is just the best reference of change in belief. Now, do you believe this church? I mean, you believe if you go to this church, if one of the group is God-fearing and saying, it's a church, and so I could go there and pray, and whether I live or die, who knows what they're thinking. But is the church abandoned, or is it a small city or town or village? And you'll be able to at least get some water and maybe some food, maybe. Unless of course they're not cannibals if they got a church. It might be a church of Satan. Who knows? You don't know. It's just a church. You just identified it as a church. Now, you keep on going, or you go to the church.